Well, beginning in 2014, the IRS is supposed to start enforcing Obamacare by requiring businesses and taxpayers to prove that they've met the law's employer and individual mandate. Now, this is the same IRS that's targeted conservative groups seeking tax-exempt status. This is the same IRS that spent $50 million on conferences that included line dances and Star Trek videos. Well, Republicans in Congress feel that same IRS has no business getting involved in your health care. And they've introduced a bill called Keep IRS Off Your Health Care Act. That's expected to be voted on before the House goes into recess in August. Texas Congressman Louie Gohmert is a co-sponsor of the bill, and I spoke to him earlier and asked how the bill would prevent the IRS from getting our health records.
We need a bill to require that they not touch our health care records. We've seen what they've done with conservative organizations' records, and as you know, just here, it's just been disclosed in the past week or so that they may have released 100,000 Social Security numbers, largely from conservative organizations' donors. So these people cannot be trusted. Tom's got a great bill. He came up with this, and we all feel the same way. And actually, Governor, you know how much sometimes I've been opposed to what my leaders in my party have felt was appropriate, but I'm thrilled that the feeling in our party across the board is let's cut the IRS budget at least 24%. There's a lot of howling, but that's where we need to start.
Well, I don't think you would have a lot of opposition from our audience, for sure. But what about the prospects for it actually passing not only the House, but the Senate? And will some Democrats, Louie, support this?
I think there'll be some Democrats that'll be afraid not to support it. And the odds of it passing the Senate are directly proportional to the backbone of our Republican leaders. If our leaders will stand strong and say, no, we've watched the abuse for too long, and if you don't allow us to cut the IRS, all this waste, at least 24%, then we're going to hang line dancing and Star Trek videos around your neck in the next election. You do what's right here. Let's cut out this waste, fraud, and abuse of the IRS. We know you are in love with the IRS, Democrats in the Senate, but you better come through on this one or you may not be in the Senate next time.
Well, I think it's a very good point to be made with them, because I don't know of anybody who thinks that the IRS is their pal and their buddy. And a lot of people are truly ticked off that after they got caught red-handed, even admitted that they had targeted these conservative groups, nobody has been punished. Nobody has been held accountable.
Nobody.
And I know that if people in our audience, if they don't pay their taxes, they don't just get to say, well, excuse me, I intended to, but no harm done. It doesn't get to work like that. So let's talk about the effect of the bill. How much of an impact?
Governor, could I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, they do have one group of buddies, and we know that because we have found out this year there was an executive order by the president back in 2010 that required the National Treasury Employees Union leaders to be consulted in private discussions that were not recorded, kept private, and those were to be had before any decisions were made by the IRS on important matters. So the IRS does have some good friends. They're the leaders of a union that hates conservatives, hates Tea Party people, and goes after the big bulk of people that are paying taxes. That's the one set of friends they do have.
Well, what I was going to ask you is, what would the effect of this bill be on Obamacare? How much would it limit Obamacare from being implemented? Would it slow it down, or would it bring it to a grinding halt?
Well, it should help bring it to a halt, but we do need to defund so many of the things that are in there. I want to defund the whole thing and then get it repealed, but the way we can do that, no money gets spent by any agency, any department, on any program unless Congress first authorizes it and appropriates it. The Senate cannot do it by itself, and although this president has shown tendencies toward monarchy where he doesn't like immigration law, so as as I speak, so shall it be. In this case, surely the Republican leaders in the House would stand strongly enough to say, Mr. President, you cannot violate the Constitution. We're not funding the IRS doing this. We're not allowing the IRS to get the health care records because we know how the IRS can be when it's weaponized. We've seen it now firsthand.